Could get up to 10 years if convicted. His defense team is battling to have all the charges dismissed. Back with Sarah, Lisa, Joseph C. Phillips, who appeared on The Cosby Show, and Jim. And you guys, before the break, were talking about how he had not had his day in court yet. And Lisa, you were saying...
He fights to keep women out in every single court, including tomorrow in Pennsylvania, based on some cockamamie agreement that was never put in writing from 10 years ago. This is how he gets away with it again and again, according to the women.
As he should, but some of these women may very well testify in Pennsylvania, and if they do, they're going to be cross-examined.
That's fine.
Which their stories can fall apart. I mean, it takes me back to the day when Tom Mesereau was representing Michael Jackson, and the prosecution thought they had all these great witnesses coming on and saying the same thing, and there's this pattern, there's this MO, and guess what? The testimony started falling apart on cross-examination.
Listen, my client is Janice Dickinson, and all she wants is her day in court, and I've been fighting.
She doesn't want any money.
Listen, what she wants is an apology, and she has said publicly, and I have said publicly, if he will admit what he did and apologize, case dismissed. But let me tell you what we've been doing for almost 9 months. Listen, I just said it again.
Listen, and that will be the end of it.
Listen, but we have been trying for 9 months to get her day in court,
let me ask a question.
Including next week, we're fighting yet another motion on another technical issue. That's what happens to the women. That's why most of them don't even bother going to court against a wealthy celebrity.
I want to ask a question specifically about the Constant woman who took a settlement.
Yes.
She accepted money.
Yes.
She signed a deal.
And why shouldn't she?
I have no issue with her doing it. But my question is, how can you then turn around and prosecute the man who gave
because it's not her decision, and because the prosecution is on behalf of the people. A crime against one woman is a crime against all women.
Who would ever settle a lawsuit?
That's not the problem.
If what I say in a deposition can then the next guy who gets elected come in and say, oh, well, I just found this out.
Listen, he was well represented at that deposition. I've read the public
and we have
his point is well taken, right?
A deal was struck that he would testify and give the deposition.
And it would be sealed, and then it's unsealed. Okay. And this DA is going, oh, wait, I kind of like what you said in that deposition. I think I'm going to use it and file charges.
Well, first of all, his attorneys did object vociferously in that deposition to just about every question. So I've read all of the public portions. They objected constantly, and the plaintiff's attorney had to go in and get a judge to order him to answer certain questions. I mean, this was a highly contested deposition. He didn't just roll over.
Jim, go ahead, Joe. Go.
I don't want to switch gears too much, but I wanted to say something that I had said in the back, was that really, to me, the most interesting character in all of this is Camille.
Yeah.
Who's standing there.
So how do you interpret that? What do you think that is? Is that just secondary gain? I don't have to give up any financial...
Wasn't she 19 when they got together?
So
how do you know she wasn't...
50-something years together.
How do you know that she wasn't a victim? How do you know she isn't continuing to be a victim of...
Well, she is in a way if he's cheating on her constantly.
Yes, well, that is true. But if he is as controlling as other people have said, I know you haven't seen that, but other people that I've talked to that worked for him, that were actors on his shows, have said that they felt he was a domineering, controlling person.
And you've said he's a hoarder too.
Well, yeah, he's also a hoarder. I
didn't see that. What is that?
Well, it's a mental disorder, and it's.
But you were about to say paraphilia.
I was going to say a paraphilia.
So it's part of his sexual proclivity is hoarding what?
It would mean that he's an extreme. He goes to an extreme, whether it's hoarding or getting sexually active with people who aren't consenting. That's a paraphilia. I mean, when
I've
you're
never heard about this hoarding.
All right, well,
where's the evidence of that? And
he means hoarding subjects. He means like he's collecting. You mean actually hoarding at his house?
Yeah.
I mean, go into his dressing room. It was neat and clean. There wasn't a bunch of junk there.
In his home, and he's gotten other homes to fill up with junk because his home was too filled with junk.
Oh, is that true?
It is.
I don't know.
It's true,
but that's fascinating.
As far as I know, because the real estate agent who got the houses for him told me this, but it's just he's got some extreme issues with control and with extreme behavior.
That's interesting because hoarding is a psychiatric symptom. I mean, let's not mince words. That's an intense symptom.
Well, you know, is the real estate agent really
a reliable source? Yeah.
You had another question.
It's not
and who just collects?
Well, what was your other question, Joseph?
Can we go back to Camille?
Yeah, that's it.
That was no. Well, I think that there are women who make a deal. They know that they're married to a famous, powerful man. Yeah. And it's just sex.
Listen.
So long as he doesn't bring disease or babies home and continues to bring the check
Or
home.
financially support them.
Yes,
whenever we have cases of powerful men doing bad things, we always want to attack the wife.
That's not
and
an attack
I'm
on
against
her.
that. You know, you don't see
I'm
me
not
out there
attacking
her. We're trying to
attacking
understand
Camille.
her. We're trying to
But a
understand.
lot of people do go after her very, very strongly. And I don't
Well, I'm
know
not
what her
one of them, just
situation
for
is.
the-
I don't know what she knows. I don't know if she's a victim. I don't know if she know. You know, I don't know any of that.
Yeah.
So I like to keep the focus on the wrongdoing man instead of always blaming mommy, you know, for all of the problems in our culture.
Let me put it this way. If I knew he was cheating, she knew.
Okay, well, you know, I thought you were going to say if you knew he was cheating, you would kick him out, which is what most people say in these cheating scandals. But in real life, people generally keep the cheating scandals.
Everyone is looking at her and what, you know, the fact that she's silent in the media and we haven't heard a peep from her. But the reality is, who knows what she's doing behind closed doors?
Right.
She might be whooping his butt, you know?
Let me just sort of wrap this up by saying, and I agree with Lisa, we don't want to victimize this woman. She lost a son, let's not forget. She has a husband that is a philanderer. We know that. To what extent she signs off on that, that's between the two of them, frankly. That's not our business. And that has nothing to do with the criminal.
Right. Knowing he's cheating is a vastly different thing than knowing he's raping her.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. And so there's a lot for us to stay out of here. And I agree with Lisa. Creating another victim is not what we want to do here. And, you know, if she wants to sign up for this and she wants to protect what they share together financially, that's good enough. And by the way, you know, them losing a child, they lost a child together. That bonds people in tremendous, either makes them go other ways, separate, or bonds them together in ways that they are, that may keep them together. Next up, I've got another teacher accused of preying on an underage student. I want to talk to you about whether or not we have a double standard when it comes to female versus male teachers, male versus female victims of this, and this all is happening in one school. Back after this.